What is it like being a Jamaican in Bermuda? Hi, I'm Xavier Murphy, the founder of Jamaicans.com, and today in Jamaicans to the World, I talk to Joan Richardson, a Jamaican living in Bermuda. Welcome, Joan. How are you?
Good morning, Xavier. I am well, thank you. Thank you so much for having me this morning.
Boy, I see the flag in the background, the Jamaican flag, and I see the reggae boys there. Let me see the Bermuda flag and the Jamaican flag and the reggae boys. Where did that reggae boys pick nosy now? We mean nosy now. Where did that reggae boys picture come from? It looked like one of the older ones then.
Yes, they came to Bermuda many years ago.
Okay, and you went and saw them play?
Yes, we did. And I'm a lifetime member of the Jamaican Association Bermuda, so we always help.
Okay.
So
important thing, did they win?
I can't remember. More than likely they did. I think they did.
All right. Well, let's dive
And
right.
they were the juniors. They weren't the senior team.
Okay, the junior team.
Yes,
okay.
Yes.
So let's dive right into it. Which part of Jamaica are you from?
Okay. I was born in the lovely parish of Trelawney, a small district called D-side.
Okay. All right. And did you go to school, high school, representing any high schools there, or
No. My mom, who was originally from Trelawney but lived in Montego Bay, so she went home to have this baby.
I see.
Me. Then she came back to Montego Bay. So I was raised in Montego Bay fully. So I went to primary and high school in Montego Bay.
Which high school in Montego Bay?
Northwestern Academy.
Okay. All right. And how long have you been living in Bermuda?
Well, for a very long time. I have been married to a wonderful Bermudian man for 47 years.
Wow, congratulations on that. That's
Thank
just
you.
so amazing to hear that. When my marriage grow up, I hope my marriage can be like yours.
Sure. That is my wish for you.
So tell us the story of how you got to Bermuda.
Okay. I came to Bermuda with a friend. Then I met a friend whom I later married.
All right. This is a little. You have to give a little bit more detail, man. We want to hear the detail of you met a friend. Was a friend that you went to Bermuda with, Jamaican or
Yes,
Bermudian?
a Jamaican friend who lived here. And on one of her trips, she kept inviting me for quite a while. And then on one of her trips back to Bermuda, I came with her.
And was the plan just to
visit? Just to visit.
Okay.
Yes.
And tell us now about this Bermudian gentleman that you're married to. How did you meet? We want to hear the story. Come on, Joan.
My girlfriend and I went out, and we met this gentleman, and she happened to know his family. And a conversation started, and he seemed so interesting. And he really, he had been to Jamaica as a teenager, and so he was quite intrigued. He had never been to Montego Bay, but he went to Kingston on his visit. So asked me about Montego Bay and the other parts of Jamaica, and I told him, and one thing led to another. We became really good friends, and before I know it, we were dating.
So my marriage is kind of like that, where my wife was my best friend, and then it kind of transitioned. So I love hearing those type of stories.
Yes.
So at what point, no, I'm being nosy. What point did it transition from you saying, boy, it look like somebody who could have did go out with? At what point did that happen?
Yeah. A few months later, he invited me to his home to meet his parents. So met his parents, and they were wonderful, and they were, they seemed they were quite welcoming to me. And I kept going back, inviting me back, and went to the movies. Took me to the movies and
Okay.
all of that. Showed me around Bermuda, all the interesting points, and all. And
Okay. And
then
so you were
yes, Xavier, about a year later,
right.
he popped the question.
Well, thanks
Yeah.
for sharing. Thanks for sharing a little bit of that love
Yes.
story and how you got there.
So now we're now married 47 years with an
Excellent.
adult daughter and a 12-year-old granddaughter.
Oh, congrats, congrats. Wonderful. So, tell us about the people there. I mean, yes, you're married to a Bermudian, but tell us about the people there, and what are the people like?
Some of the nicest people in the world.
Nice.
Kind, extremely kind. Bermudians are so unique in so many ways, but their graciousness and their kindness pop out at you. Imagine walking down the street and every other person you meet give you the time of the day.
Nice, nice, nice.
You
So
know,
it almost sound like when I know Jamaican country, and they say in the country, you walk by every house, somebody saying morning and so on.
yes, yes. That's exactly what it reminds me of growing up in Jamaica.
Let me ask you this question: when you thought of Bermuda, when you were living in Jamaica, and your friend kept telling you to come there, what were your first thoughts, and was it different than when you actually moved and lived there? So what was your
Yes.
first thoughts when you thought? Because when I think of Bermuda, I just think of British, the Bermuda shorts. I'm thinking everybody is casual, and a very small island. So what were your thoughts before you got there,
I
and how
just
did that
thought it was
change?
a small island with um, all the negative things that went along with small islands until I actually came and saw for myself. Now, the Bermuda shorts, I must correct you, it's not at all casual.
Oh,
It's not
is it?
casual.
It's semi-formal, formal.
It can be very formal. Some people get married in their Bermuda shorts.
Okay,
It's
didn't
very
didn't know
formal.
that. Didn't know
Yes,
that.
very formal. Go
But
to
but you
work in their
mentioned.
Bermuda shorts with a nice blazer, and the Bermuda shorts are very colorful, pink, blue, you name it, an array of colors. I mean,
Nice.
and to see a gentleman dressed in the Bermuda shorts going off to work it could be on his scooter. It's a sight. If you're not from Bermuda, it's really, you're really taken aback, and people grow to love it. Even people from other parts of the world that come here, they gravitate to it.
Nice, nice. You
Yes,
mentioned something earlier in regards to all the things that go along with small islands,
yes.
and your what was I don't know if I should dig deep a little deeper, but what were you thinking in terms
No,
of
you're from rural Jamaica.
I am from Portmore, so I
More.
wouldn't
Oh,
call it
okay.
rural.
I am.
But I used to spend my summers in the country.
So I thought living in Montego Bay, I just thought it was a place like rural Jamaica. When I heard how small it was, 21 square mile, so that's basically it.
Okay.
That's basically it.
And
Yes.
with 21 square miles, how I mean, how quickly you get around? Oh, can you go around the island in, like, I mean, is it an hour? Is it like 2 hours?
Not
Is it
not really, because it goes in deep. You have lanes, and tribe roads and all of that. If it's not as simple as just 21 miles and you just drive along. No.
Okay.
No.
There's
We have
some
our little
terrain,
highways and byways. Yes.
and there's some terrain. Maybe even is there like is it? I mean, I think there's some hills.
Yes, a few.
Right. So you have to go around that terrain if you're gonna go right around the island.
Exactly.
I see.
Exactly.
So
So everyone
food.
that come here need to come back to really see our island, see the whole thing,
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So food there. Talk to me about food and what the food's like.
Oh, the food in Bermuda is great. Everything in Bermuda is imported. And because the only thing we sell is service. So everything is imported.
I
But
see.
for instance, a Bermuda Sunday breakfast. Listen keenly now. It's codfish and potato. Imagine, Xavier, on the same plate, you have codfish and potato with tomato sauce. You have a ripe banana, a boiled egg, and a couple slices of avocado. That's a typical Bermudan Sunday breakfast.
Okay.
To the average Jamaican, it does not sound good, but it's delicious. It's a must-have if you come to Bermuda.
and that's the typical Bermudian
Sunday breakfast.
Okay. Is there a national dish?
I wouldn't say we have a national dish, no.
Okay.
But Bermuda fish chowder is quite popular. And by the way, fresh fish in Bermuda is just the best. The
Do
best.
do
When I go home to Jamaica, I don't bring fish back.
so you escovite your own fish there, or they escovite it there and
Yes. Most unless it's tuna or wahoo, which are staked, pretty much everything else, the average Bermudian like to have it filet, the smaller fish, they filet.
I see.
Yes.
You mentioned that everything is imported.
Yes.
And they don't. I'm gonna say that they probably don't grow a lot there. Does that add to a high cost of living because everything is imported there?
Very high cost. Now we have our local produce. We grow pretty much everything, but it's not enough for 65,000 people. I don't know if you get it.
Yes, I do. That's
Yes.
that's everybody know everybody.
Exactly. Pretty much.
You can see someone like I'm sure with that population, yeah, and it probably helps.
Yeah.
In some regards, it probably does help.
Yes.
So in terms of the culture there and customs, have you found any custom in Bermuda that you say this is a little different? Again, I know they were British, and so some of that is left here. But did you find any unusual type customs that you'd say, oh, this is a little different. This is maybe interesting.
I tell you, most people in Bermuda, their roots are from the Caribbean. So there are a whole lot of similarities.
So they've brought a lot of the culture from
wherever part of the Caribbean they came from.
Okay. And why is it that a lot of folks? I mean, I know you're not I'm asking you a question. I'm just throwing it out there. But any reason why a lot of people from the different islands and so on went to Bermuda per se, or it is what it is?
I guess it's what it is. Like many years ago, we have an area called Dockyard, and people came from different parts of the Caribbean, and a lot from an island called St. Kitts. They came to build the dockyard
Okay. And so
back in the day.
they may have stayed after building the dockyard. They say, oh, let's just stay.
Exactly.
I see.
Exactly. Exactly. Now
No,
the weather is not tropical. Our weather is semi-tropical, so we do have our cooler months.
when is that?
That's anywhere from late December into, I would say, February, March. It gets very damp.
And when you say cooler, what
Like
what
like in England, you could feel the
right,
dampness going
right,
into you.
right.
Yes. Just like
Okay.
the UK, you feel the dampness going into you. So you put, layers on, to make yourself comfortable,
Right,
Yeah.
right. And you all are out there every time there's some hurricane kind of way out there and it curve and whatever, how do y'all manage that? Because it always seems that something is close by you but it misses you, close by
Yes.
you but it
And once in
misses
a
you.
while it get us.
Right.
Once in a while. And we had another scare this year, like a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
And that's my worst living in Bermuda, honestly. I don't like that because I live near the ocean and I could actually hear it roaring during the storm.
Wow. Wow.
And the hurricane, it would go on for hours, and of course, the lights are out and, so that's my worst.
Wow. Let me ask you this. When you say you're Jamaican, what do people usually ask you, the Bermudians?
Okay. Or they would ask, about some of our foods. They would say, oh, I like the jerk, and and all of this, and it's mainly about the music and the food.
Okay. And
But the Jamaican music has a great influence, as you and I know, everywhere, and Bermuda is no exception.
mm,
And our
so
food, of course.
so typically if you're driving around or you're hearing music, is it reggae music you're hearing?
Always reggae.
Wow.
Always.
Nice. Nice. Nice.
And I
So
remember Tommy Cohen said
right.
once, he came to Bermuda on numerous occasions, and he said numerous occasions, and I heard him say once, Bermuda is the first place he heard reggae music playing loudly from a car.
Oh wow.
And that was many years ago.
so so let me ask you this. Apart from the hurricane, what was the other big adjustment you had to make moving from Jamaica to Bermuda?
Oh, can't get a piece of yam any day of the week. You want it, you just have to wait until it's there.
So are you getting any patties there in Bermuda?
Yes, we get them now, and there is a restaurant that has the chef is Jamaican and he makes patties,
Nice,
and
nice.
they're very nice.
And you mentioned the yam. You're talking yellow yam, right? That's what you're talking about.
Yes, you couldn't just unlike Jamaica where we can go to our neighborhood corner store and get a piece of yam wherever you are. It wasn't always like that.
I see.
When I first came here, it was in the shop at a certain time when they bring it.
Right. And you're part of the Jamaica Bermuda Association. So is there a large population? Not large, I don't mean large, but quite a few Jamaicans there?
Oh yes, at least 2,000.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So maybe almost I mean it sounds like almost a quarter of the population is Jamaican.
Yeah.
So it won't be unusual for you to buck up another Jamaican on the road.
Not at all. Not at all.
Nice. So then somebody must be growing some yellow yam in them backyard.
A
and
few people, yes. A
and
few people. A few
and
people.
have the mango tree. What about your mangoes? You get it?
No, no. There are about, I would say, about a half a dozen mango trees that I have seen, and I have only seen 2 or 3 bearing mangoes.
So it doesn't the climate, is it because the climate you mentioned earlier that
It appears to be that way.
okay.
It appears
So
to be.
all the mangoes are imported.
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Not Julie though.
Oh, wait a minute, Julie grow there?
No, we don't. I don't see
Oh, you
it.
don't get, I'm sorry, you don't get any Julie mangoes there. So
No.
so I suspect the Julie mango is your favorite mango.
Yes.
And do
And
this,
East Indian.
okay. My favorite. East Indian is my favorite.
Yeah.
So I suspect because it's an English speaking country,
Yes.
are the fruits named kind of the same way? Everything is called the same way. The same, just no unusual. Well, not, I don't want to say unusual. We call certain things one way. Somebody calls certain things another way, especially when it comes to fruits. Same thing there.
The fruits are usually the same, and there are not many fruits that we have a lot of that we have in abundance in Jamaica. That's here in the shop. You'll get the average American apple, oranges, sun-kissed orange, grapefruit, and all of that. Peaches and pears, and plums, just like you would buy in a store where you are.
Okay, I see.
Yes,
And in terms of if somebody was to visit,
yes.
what would you say is the one thing you would tell them to either go do or go see that you'd say you totally enjoy this?
Okay. If it's in the summertime, definitely Horseshoe Beach. One
Okay,
must experience. Horseshoe Beach is described as one of the prettiest beaches in the world. And all of our beaches in Bermuda has pink sand.
nice. Bermuda shorts, pink Bermuda shorts, pink sand. Hey. And if it's not summer at another time, what would you suggest?
Okay, if it's not summer, we often have the Bermuda Festival of the Performing Arts, where musicians would be, imported into Bermuda, but it's a nice atmosphere.
Okay.
So you never know, like a couple years ago, it was Shaka Khan,
Okay.
you
Okay.
know, big names. Monty Alexander's been here.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Nice. So it almost sounds like a kind of like a jazz festival.
Yeah, but it's the Bermuda Festival of the Performing Arts, and it's not always jazz.
Right. They mix it
It's a
up a little.
variety. Yes, but it's always a big name that's on the ticket.
Right.
Yeah. And it
So,
goes on for a few months.
oh,
So, yes. So
nice.
every month would be a different, whether it's ballet or a big jazz band,
Okay.
it varies. So those are the kinds of things. And we
So,
have museums, we have caves. So there's lots.
okay.
Yeah. One can also go swimming with the dolphins.
Hmm,
Here, you can go whale watching.
nice.
Yeah.
So, let me ask you, for you, Joan,
Yes.
what is your perfect day
In
in
Bermuda,
Bermuda?
I tell you, we have the Bermuda Day Parade, which it starts with a half a marathon in the morning, and then in the afternoon, it's the parade. It's a mini carnival with all the costumes, just like you would see in Trinidad.
Okay.
Yeah, it's beautiful, and it's usually in May. And now we celebrate it on the same day for the past 3 or 4 years. We've been celebrating it on the same day you celebrate your Memorial Day.
I see.
But it's on that Friday.
Okay. Okay. And
Yes.
is it hugely popular with locals, and do people fly in just
Yes.
to
Yes. Yes. Very popular.
nice.
Very popular. And another one is our cup match holiday, which is like Christmas 10 times. It's beautiful. Beautiful. It's a 2-day holiday. The end of July, the last Thursday and Friday in July.
And what do they do for
Two
that? And
days of
what's it?
cricket.
Oh. I
One
thought you were
end
going
of
to
the
say
island
Christmas.
play the other.
Okay, I thought you were going to say, when you said Christmas, I thought you were going to say it's almost like Christmas in July.
Yeah. Well, yes, we can say that. Yes, it's just beautiful. It's just a nice time to be here. Nice time. It's our biggest holiday.
I see.
Cup match.
And
It's our biggest holiday, and Bermudians go all out. Some Bermudians don't leave Bermuda because they stay for that. You don't have to go to the match. You can stay home and listen like we do now. Watch it on television,
so
and it's really nice.
so do you find, and again, this is one of them questions that's kind of out there,
Yeah.
but because of the British influence, do you still find a strong British influence in Bermuda? Or do you think that, I again, it's one of them questions that's kind of there.
Mhm. Well, Bermuda is a British overseas territory, and we're self-governed.
Right.
So Bermuda make the rules.
So the influence is still strong in terms of would you say customs and the way people speak and some of the things that are there. Would you still say that it's strong, very strong?
I personally don't see the British influence as being strong in Bermuda. Somebody else might say yes, but I don't. I don't.
All right.
Uh,
All right. So
I don't at all.
Joan, thank you. Thank you. I'm winding down. Thank you for
Yes.
spending some time and telling us your story. So, two more questions.
Yes.
First one is this: you land in Jamaica, get off the plane. What is that first thing that you are doing? Whether it be somewhere you're going, whether it be this food I'm gonna eat. Some people said a kiss in the ground.
Uh well, with me, it's the food. I want a nice cold coconut water, nice jelly coconut, as soon as I get there.
All right.
That's
So
a must-have.
they know the jelly. Again, I know, but they know the jelly there.
Here, no, no, no.
All right.
Unfortunately.
So we know what to try and hide and bring come if we coming to visit Bermuda. We have to see
The
if we can
suitcase
sneak
is only so big, mind you. It has a bottom, a top, and a middle, so
I know.
it
I
can
know.
be found.
Nothing is as nice as eating the jelly from the actual coconut. Sometimes some people take out the jelly and the water and they put it in a little thing, and it just it don't feel right. But
Yeah, I like it with a spoon cut from the outside of that jelly.
exactly, exactly. So my final question is this one.
Uh-huh.
Jamaicans will say, little more, catch you later, older folks, punish strong. When they're saying goodbye, do Bermudians have a informal way of saying see you later or goodbye, or is it just normal like we would say?
Just normal, like we would say, because again, the Jamaican Patois influence is here too. So some people would say, say it in that manner.
Right.
And I would say it to my friends, I'll see you later.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you mentioned the Patois influence. Are you saying that there is a people speak Patois there in Bermuda?
No, they try to if they recognize that you're Jamaican, you know. And some people not realizing it's a time and place for everything.
Right.
Yeah, and it's not something that Jamaican practice for every day of the week.
Right. Right.
For every occasion, yes. So
okay. So
yes.
they're just trying to see, check out and say, okay, yeah, let me try my little Patois here and so.
Yeah.
Joan, thank you for spending some time with us. The Jamaican Bermudian Association, you said you're involved in it. Is they have their website? What would people search, or is there a website?
Oh, Jamaican Association Bermuda.
Okay, and they'll find other Jamaicans there.
Yes. Yes.
Good. Well, I will use the regular. Catch you later.
Catch you
And
later.
thank you, Joan.
Thank you very much.
Show some love now. Hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell. That way you don't miss a video.